welcome back to another episode of My Brand New Homes by Next Home Kel Mitchell. I'm your host, Stephanie Mills, and I'm so excited to welcome in today a very special guest, Rachel Brown with Rachel Brown Homes. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. We are so excited that you took the time to talk with us more about your company and about you. So first, let's address that. You have so much experience in the home building industry. So tell us about that, how you got into it, and then, of course, what truly inspires you in your work.
I can, and thank you for having me. I love to see all the orange around the studio today.
And I'm rep Next Home Kel Mitchell.
You really do. And I'm a graduate of Auburn University, so orange is kind of my thing.
Yeah, you are like, hey, you did this for me, did you?
Yeah, you did. You set it all up for me. I'm going to age myself a little bit, but I've been in this business for, drum roll please, 18 years, and I hope it doesn't look like it.
No, oh my gosh.
Maybe I can thank my skincare specialist for that.
No, you can't tell. That's amazing.
Good.
But like I said, you have so much experience.
Yes.
What did that experience bring you?
Wow. A lot of wrinkles that a skincare specialist has to fix.
We have some pictures that you gave us to pop up there. You've been doing this, since you were like 2?
Yeah. So my father was a real estate broker and a land developer and a home builder. So I grew up in a small family business. And so the picture, it really truly is representative of me today. I've never stopped talking and I'm not ever off the phone. So yeah.
You just carried that right into adulthood.
I really did. It's just not stopped. And if you're passionate about people and working with people, and you're passionate about making really their desires come true, it just comes easy. So I stay on the phone. That's my drive.
Yeah. And then there was that other picture that we just saw in the middle there. If you can't see it, describe what we're seeing on this.
Well, it's no secret that we're in the middle of a labor shortage in the construction industry. So me painting a wall really is in a helpful hand to our shortages that we're experiencing.
You really get in there. And
I really get in there.
It shows how well you adapt to the construction industry too.
That's called pivoting. All the entrepreneurs that read, that's called pivoting. That's a house that we built in Sharps Cove in Gurley. Okay. The clients, which by the way, we have a lot of great clients. If you're an out-of-the-box client, you're seeking something different in the design, cookie cutter. Sure. That's who we build for. So this particular home that day picked up the painter's magic wand there and just said, hey, let's get a good picture of it. And we did.
That's great. Yeah. And it's super cute. You can tell how much that you enjoy what you're doing.
Right. It's true. It is.
So really, can you touch on that? Why home building? Why this industry? Obviously, you mentioned this is part of something that you grew up in. Right. But what inspires you in your line of work every day to pick up the phone and talk to clients?
Sure. I'm glad you asked. It's Women's History Month. We had International Women's Day. We had Women in Construction Week. And so I'd like to touch on a couple of things about this business, and it'll bring us home to what my why is, because I have a couple of them. But this is a very grueling, stressful, intense business to be in, especially for females. Mm-hmm. But even if you're males, if you're a male in this business, it's hard too. It never stops. There's a lot of money and risk on the line. Mm-hmm. However, being a female in this industry, it is very rewarding, the accomplishments and driving out to a piece of property, just like in this picture in Gurley, and there's nothing but green, and then it becomes red with dirt, and then you have
Alabama clay.
Yeah. Hey, the white brick has been a disaster, but that's a story for another day. But you sit down with a client and you put on paper your vision. And then by the time you get done, I'd like to say less than a year later, but now a year later, and it has come to fruition, and you have not only accomplished something as a female that takes over 30 trades to do, and thousands of hours of phone calls and planning an organization. That's one main driver, is being a woman in this industry. As tough as it is, it's a huge sense of accomplishment for your confidence.
And it fuels you.
It does.
Your drive to do your best, because competition alone really is a driver. But then you add in all the other things that you've mentioned, and it just takes you leaps and bounds and makes you feel so successful. That's
True.
great.
And then when you marry that with your client, who becomes a lot of times like family, because you're working with them for so long, and then they move in and take what we put on paper and actually make their memories in it, it takes you through the hard times of the true grit moments. You're working for your client in order to accomplish this end goal.
Yeah.
So those are my two biggest whys. And I've reached a point in my career now where I'm very fortunate. I'm able to speak to large groups now on what we've accomplished at Rachel Brown Homes, and also mentor young women and even young men that want to be a part of this industry.
Sure.
So that's a force. That's a driving force. Although 20-year-olds make me feel a little bit old, but maybe they make me feel young too. Thank you. You know, they help me with the technology in the office because I'm technologically challenged.
Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to talk with us
Yeah,
about it. So
sure.
let's go into that, about your company.
Sure.
So, of course, with many people searching for exactly what they are looking for when it comes to a home, and especially in this area of the Tennessee Valley, what does Rachel Brown Homes have to offer right now?
Everything.
Perfect. All right, moving on.
Everything. There is not another builder in this county that is not only building homes, but actually helping the clients design their homes.
Yeah.
And that's what you get with our company. We have a team. The team is my husband, my office manager, Josie. She's been with me for 7 years. I've got a warranty coordinator, so you get that back end first class service as well. The majority of the design work comes from me. The clients and I actually go and meet at the flooring store, the granite store. We go to the Inline Electric, places like that, and I help them pick out all of their finishes.
Wow, you really do the legwork.
I do it with them, and with the construction knowledge and the building knowledge. Clients like that because they feel like they've got a builder and a designer, and there's not that fighting that often designers and builders do separately over finances or how things can pan out. So the number one reason why someone hires Rachel Brown Homes over another company here is because we are a true design build firm from the beginning to the end. We help you with your floor plans. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of, let's transition to that. So last episode, we actually did talk to Brianna Hall with Wilder Roots Designs. They actually help to design custom floor plans and work with clients in that way. So Rachel, but your company helps bring that to life. Do you partner in that way with different companies that design as well?
Oh, absolutely. We have draftsmen that we work with, and I work with the draftsman and the client. As the builder, we sit down and I can design the plan with them present, so that they don't over design by themselves, and then when they go to a builder, maybe the house that they designed was out of budget or out of reality of scope.
Sure.
So absolutely, we pair up with draftsmen just like Brianna, and we work with them, put it on paper, and then we take that paper and bring it to life.
Great.
So yeah.
Oh, good.
It's good.
Perfect. All these episodes meshing together.
Yeah, right.
It was like as if we planned that. No.
Well, it's like Kel Mitchell is like a mastermind of marketing
he really
or something.
Is. You know, if you've never met Kel Mitchell there, you need to take the time to come over to Next Home and meet
I agree,
because he's great.
And it's a beautiful studio. So from someone that really geeks out on design, I think Kel is also the mastermind behind this as well.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe Kel needs to come on over to Rachel Brown Homes and help me with design.
He could even come over and say hello for a sec. Oh no, he's shaking his head. No. He's like, you're going off script.
No.
But let's circle back. So really, what is that process like working with you and your company then? I know you touched a bit on that, but if you don't mind going into more detail.
Sure.
And we can pop up some things, the pictures and whatnot that you gave us. There you go. Beautiful home there on your screen.
Thank you.
If you can't see it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This home, we have a little secret in our sauce, but I will share a little bit of it. This home, the client already had purchased their lot. But if they hadn't, there was a client interested in purchasing land or a lot, we actually request that they commission us first so that we can help make sure that there's due diligence done on the land for viability. Often people find a listing online and they don't quite know whether or not it's in their budget to develop or to excavate the land, but they purchase it anyway, and then they end up buying something that doesn't work for their budget number. Gotcha. And we can help real estate agents in that regard too. If there's an agent that isn't as familiar with what excavation, tree removal, utilities, soil survey, septic, perk, we do a lot of hand holding on the front end. Okay. So if they had a lot or land that they were interested in, or an agent, and by the way, we love agents. We really do. We love partnering with agents. It just brings someone else in the mix to make sure that the client gets the 1 million star class service that they should get for what they're investing in. But in this particular property, they had already owned the land, but we would help in that regard. We sat down with the draftsman, just like I explained earlier, designed the floor plan from beginning to end. And then as we were building their home, I helped them, assisted them make all their design selections.
Oh, that's great. So it's as if when you come into getting a new home, I know that can be an overwhelming process for anybody, if you've especially if you've never had your own home before.
Right.
But you really help handhold the whole time if necessary.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, it goes all the way back to that picture that I sent you as a little girl. That's my skill set in life. And that's what I truly believe that most people should be doing. And that's what drives the passion. Sure. Is you should do what your strongest skill set is. And people really are my jam. I love That's people.
Great. And you have to be in this industry. People drives it anyway. So
right.
You have to be. So we have another picture that you sent us, Rachel Brown Homes. If you can't see, do you mind going ahead and describing what we're looking at too?
Absolutely. You know, this is a modern, post-century modern farmhouse, which that sounds like a lot in a mouthful.
How do you put that together?
I don't know. I just did, honestly, when we were designing this house.
She made it happen.
I just made it a hashtag. So maybe I created a hashtag there. What I love the most about this family room is that big slider door.
Oh, yeah.
It is 10 foot tall by 12 foot long. You can't really tell in the picture, but
that's huge.
It is a massive window door.
Yeah, and you can fit an entire family going through that at the same time.
I think that was I think that was their purpose. They have 2 kids and a dog, and I think that was the whole goal. But just like the built-ins, they're that cool salamander color. And one other attribute to working with our company is this particular client loves West Elm. I think we all know what that is. And if you don't, you should check it out.
Yeah.
But they have
a website, I think.
They have cool furniture. Yeah, they do. And they have some really cool post-century inspired, post-century modern inspired furniture pieces.
Inspiration from them then for this?
Well, yeah. Well, that's what the furniture that they wanted to buy. So when you work with our company, you can say, hey, look, we're going to buy this couch.
Sure.
We want to buy this rug. How do we make it all work together? Okay. And so we can forward think the design aspect of it too.
That's great.
And like interiors, as we call it in the design world.
Perfect. Well, it's beautiful. Just if you're taking a look at it on your screen, that is a beautiful couple of pictures there of that home. So it's one thing that inspires you to want to work with someone like Rachel Brown Homes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So any last things that you wanted to address that maybe is unique about your company or upcoming things that we should look forward to?
Oh yeah, we have a big project upcoming. I'm excited about. So our I'll give you a little bit of a secret. We for 7 years now, since the Rachel Brown Homes division opened, we have our tagline for custom home building has been "We build awesome."
Oh.
Okay. But we are now, yeah, we do. We build awesome, and I think it's on the back of these awesome shirts that I brought today.
Swag on our table here.
Yeah. Here we go for our viewing audience. See, we promise to build awesome.
Perfect.
And what's great about that is we actually have an awesome addendum that we sign at contract. And it's really my company's mission statement and how we feel about treating people and subcontractors. So
that's comforting.
It is. It is. Yeah. I don't know anybody else that's doing that either. But we are now about to venture into another big project where we build awesome for everyone.
Ooh, okay.
A little bit different price point.
Yeah.
So we're going to take that Rachel Brown Homes design flair and give it to a market that is really thirsty. Isn't that a cool word? That's what the housewives call it, right? Thirsty. Kelvin's looking at me like, no, you didn't. We're thirsty for the design that we put into the $500,000 and up homes, and we're now going to be able to put that in a little bit different price point. So we will build awesome for everyone.
That's
so there's your tea. I spilled the tea, right, Kelvin?
Yes, you get a first.
I spilled the tea.
Look, that's. Is that a Southern saying? We're down here in the South.
I think it's a housewives thing. Yes, I watch the Housewives. That's how you stay cool, right?
They have to
Relevant,
be-
I guess.
Is that where they do that?
I mean, Kelvin's like, cut it off.
Are we done yet?
There's-
No, that's great. Thank you for sharing that
Sure,
with us. That's
absolutely.
really encouraging for anybody listening that may be concerned that things are outside of their budget.
Right.
And now you're looking forward. Just keep an eye out for those things that are coming
Yes.
for Rachel Brown Homes.
That's right. We build awesome now for everyone.
Oh, that's great. Thank you,
Yeah,
Rachel.
absolutely. Thank you guys.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you, Rachel, for coming in on My Brand New Homes by Next Home Cal Mitchell. We really, I had fun talking to you today. I hope
Yes.
you had fun listening in and watching as well. Thank you again for
Yeah,
coming.
absolutely. Thank you guys.
Perfect. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast and are seeking more content from us, of course, you are in luck. And if you're listening into this, of course, is St. Patrick's Day week. So that makes sense. A little luck of the Irish going on. We're actually going to tour Rachel Brown Homes to give you a special look at inventory available to you and find out, of course, that content coming soon on our private Facebook group, Behind the Walls. And we are going to go ahead and link that in the comments below. Also, if you are ready to start your hunt for that custom home, reach out to a Next Home agent who will also work with homes like and home builders like Rachel Brown Homes here, and reach out to an agent like Sedelia Boyd. Go ahead and reach out to her. You can text the word NEXT SEARCH to 855-553-6100. So until next time, thank you so much. I'm your host, Stephanie Mills.